right, what qualifies us? Could it be the 20 years plus of getting high every day? For a long time in my life, I was always told that I was never going to make it. I was never going to do nothing good, right? I was never going to be productive, that I would die in prison. I believed that for a long time. I believed I'd die in a trap house or prison. I actually took pride in it before. I used to always think, shoot, I'm from the streets. Maybe I might die in the streets, maybe, right? I was good with that for a while, for a long time. Once I got the clarity of knowing that there is a life after drugs, and I can use my experiences from my life to help others, man, that was amazing to me. Today, I'm a little over 3 years clean. Hey man, been employed for the last 3 years. I handle my business, man. I attend Bible studies. I do all these different things that so many people told me was out of my control that I would never ever be able to do, right? So I guess my whole purpose of this video right here is to let you know, don't never let nobody set the limitations for you. See, if you are the broken and you got a past, tattoos all over you, drug addict, done lost everything you had, starting all over, that's all right. See, we will make it. We will make it. The ones that just sat behind a desk and tell you about addiction, that's never lived addiction, what do they know, right? Let me tell you something. Look at me right here in the flesh. I was worthless, man. Drug addict. Man, horrible, right? Crazy. Now, I'm responsible. I got morals, right? I've always had morals, but now today I got a reason to keep going. See, today I love myself. I love myself enough that I will take myself out of any situation that may acquire that will cause me to do harm to somebody or cause me to go back to getting high, right? Whether it's in a marriage, it's friendships, any of that. See, I put God and my sobriety before anything. And that's what you have to do to stay sober. You can't allow people to dictate what you do and how you think, right? You can't do that, man. And you got to love yourself enough to get sober for you. See, I had to love Bob enough to get sober for Bob, because then I was able to be a good dad. Then I was able to be a good grandpa, right? I can be a good husband as long as I'm treating Bob right. That's the type of stuff that all comes into effect with each other, right? See, we have to learn how to love ourselves. Life sucks sometimes, man. It's horrible, man. Hey, sometimes it's good being careless. It's fun being careless. No responsibilities, no mortgage payment, no car payments, right? You can sleep where you want to, somebody's couch, use their shower. All you got to worry about is having that little bag in your pocket to keep you from being sick, right? But see, me, when I was in the streets, I couldn't go for a little bag. I had to have the bag, right? Because see, my thing was if I didn't have no money, I'd get me a female. Because see, a female getting high will bring money. And that's just the way it is, man. I know there's people who are going to be like, oh, man, that's wrong. You shouldn't say that. No, that's the truth. That is the God's honest truth, man. Drugs will control somebody's whole entire mind. Their thinking, their everything, man. I know it did mine. And today is a whole different thought when I wake up. Hey, man, I've been struggling so bad this past 2 weeks, man, with my mental health stuff, like depression, all that, right? Here it is, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm making a video. And I usually make them in the morning, right? Because, see, I had to think about this, man. I can either let myself keep going backwards in my thought process, or I could just take a stand and get up and make these videos and give praise for everything that I do, right? Hey, man, you know, if you are somebody struggling, reach out, talk to me, man. Let's talk, man, on some real stuff, man. Let's talk. If you got 1 day sober, you're just as good as I am with 3 years sober. Believe that. Because that first day is the hardest. It's the hardest, man. It's the hardest. To accept that, that's amazing. I love you guys, man. Stay tuned for the next video, because you're going to see it. Remember, man, I got a YouTube channel. Look it up. I got a Facebook page. Felonies to Recovery. Look it up, man. If you ain't something you can mix with, if you know somebody in addiction, point them to it, man. Give me a chance to help them, right? Hey, man, I love you guys, man. Stay sober.